Greetings everyone, and welcome to this video where we're going to be talking about something that is tailored to you. So sit back and let's build on this. The question that I have for you, or the thing that I want you to start to put your attention toward, is I want you to think about something that you've wanted to do for a really long time. Now, the reason why I'm asking you this is because I recently went through this myself, and I thought it was such a awesome experience that I wanted to share it with you guys. I think that it's important for us to review this type of information because all too often we forget about it and just get so busy in our everyday life that we never think about it. So I want you to take a second, pause the video if need be, but think about something that you've wanted to do for a really long time. I'm talking about go all the way back to the days where you were eating cereal, watching cartoons, running around the house telling everybody that when you grew up and you became an adult that you would do X, Y, and Z. So take a second, think about it, and let the first thing that really comes to your mind, maybe marinate on that, and think about what's going on and why that came to your thoughts in the first place. Now, for me, when I asked myself this question, the first thing that came screaming to my thoughts was the idea of becoming a race car driver. Now, not like NASCAR or anything like that, something that is more of a weekend thing, but still racing. Now, I've done all the research before. I had looked up, how to get my license, the different types of races, from the different classifications to the different standards with cars, and yet, with all that research, I never acted upon it. I always generated some kind of excuse or some kind of reason why I couldn't fulfill that dream that I had from, a young age. Now, as I started to think about it, the first thing that I really started to realize, and the first point that I really want to build with you guys, is the step that you just took, is generating the idea again. All too often, like I said, we forget about it. So the first thing for us to do is to remind ourselves. Take a second and really make that image vivid again, just like you did when you were a kid. Think about how it looked, how it tasted, how it smelled, what it felt like. All of the stories that you used to play out and imagine yourself doing, do that again. Just because we grow up doesn't mean that we can't get creative. And that's actually my second point. I want us to also take the opportunity to look at this and realize that sometimes those dreams may not always act out exactly as we envisioned. And for myself, I'm wearing my Porsche hat. Porsche is my favorite car line. I love Porsche 911s. And yet, I realize that that's not the ideal situation for me. They are expensive cars within themselves, and then they do carry along some more expensive maintenance fees in comparison to some of the other cars that are out there. So for me, to fulfill this dream, I had to get a little creative and really look at all of the options to make my dream a reality. Not just, doing it in a Porsche, but how could I actually accomplish it and really start getting myself in that direction of fulfilling my dreams. So I got a car that is much, much cheaper and definitely something that I can learn in. Something that if I make a mistake and something goes wrong with the car, it's going to be a lot more manageable to fix or repair and then move forward into my licensing. And still one day, I hope to own a Porsche, and I really do feel that I'll be there eventually. But I do think that this is the best next step for me, getting something that's affordable and just something that could help me get in the game. I read a book recently about an MVP, a minimum viable product. The book was The Lean Startup. Very good book. It's a business book. But the point is having something that just gets you in the game. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it gets you in that direction. So think about what's the bare minimum for you to get into that dream that you want to fulfill. And eventually, in time, you can progress into the dream as you exactly envision it. All right? Now, the last point that I want to make is to make memories. Have the goal of making memories with the goals that you envision. Obviously, when we're kids, most often we think about the tangible assets. We think about the car itself, or we think about the way we would look or feel, or just all of those things and stories that we play out for ourselves. And for myself, over this past weekend, I went out and I had the awesome opportunity. I found a really good car that's ready to go, ready to race, and at a very reasonable price. And so we set out about 4 hours from where we live, my fiance and I, and everything started off great. We went up, we were able to find the car. The people that we worked with were awesome. We are probably going to end up staying some long-term friends. We have obviously common interest in cars, and it was just a really good experience. After that, things didn't work out as well. We were trying to make our way back home. I didn't really manage my time as well as I would have liked to, but it was okay. We ended up going to a nearby city, rented a hotel room, ended up going downtown and having a good night. I had a little bit of some errors with the hotel that I picked out. My fiance and I agreed that I'll no longer be available or able to pick out the hotel. We'll leave that up to her. I just tried to pick up something as quickly as I could to make sure that we had a place to stay. But yeah, and that's all about the memories though. Things worked out good and some things probably could have been a little bit better, but we made memories. And I pulled the car home and I thought I would have this like euphoric feeling of seeing the car sitting in the driveway ready to go. And it was there. I was excited about the opportunity. I knew that I was going to be able to create memories with my daughter, going to the track with my dad, my cousins, my family. Everybody's into cars. So I could really feel the experiences that were ahead of me. And so that in itself, again, is an opportunity to make memories. And so it wasn't so much the tangible item, but the memories that I was going to be making. And in that moment, I was sitting there with my fiance. We had, like I said, a little bit of a hectic week. I'm leaving out a lot of details. But things were, up and down throughout the whole weekend. We were exhausted when we got home. And I was super appreciative of her. I thought it was a really good opportunity for us to work together, to communicate, get through all of this together. Of course, it was something for me. She helped me out. So even with that, of course, I'm absolutely grateful. But she was a team player through the whole thing. And it was something that really brought us closer. And so, again, just so many opportunities for us to make memories. And probably the thing that I learned most from it, and what I want you to take from this video, is to enjoy the things that you do. Again, things may not always work out exactly how you envision at first, but start working in that direction and enjoy those little steps. Take pride in those little steps. Realize that you're on the path of what you really want to accomplish. It could be anything. Learning how to cook, learning an instrument, learning to dance, becoming a race car driver, whatever it may be, enjoy it. Enjoy the process. It's going to take some time. And I just hope you guys really take some time to think about something from way back in the day. Something that you used to really go crazy about, that you thought when you grew up you were going to end up doing. And so I don't want you to think about it anymore. I want you to be able to go out there and do it. Figure out a way, get creative, and enjoy every step. Alright, so that's it for this video. Pretty quick video. Like I've shared before, I have my ebook coming out, ebook on how to work with mentors, as well as a couple more videos, and still my Head Start program to help us build a solid foundation in our lives. So a lot of really good things coming out for this channel. So if you like what's going on, subscribe for the channel, the red button down below if you haven't already. You can hit the thumbs up if you like the video. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Lets me know where I'm at. And add your comments down below. I would really like to hear about the things that you are going to go after. There is nothing out there that's too silly. You can try to be silly. I'll still find a way to be positive about it. So add your comments down below. I'm excited to hear about it. And it'll encourage other people to see what you guys are doing out there. Going out, fulfilling the dreams that you've had since you were a little kid. And again, just a little side note, I have family members that are now jumping on board and wanting to get into the racing. And so it's becoming kind of like a family event. So something so subtle, such what seemed to me like a subtle move to just start getting into it, and not how I envision as this big grand scheme, is really creating a community. It's bringing the ties within my family closer, my immediate family and my cousins and everyone. So it's just a really awesome experience, something that I didn't really expect when I got the car. Again, I thought the tangible asset would make me super, super excited, which it did, but it fizzled out pretty quick. And then everything else that remained was all the memories that I could make. And that's where I really found true enjoyment in my dreams and my adventures. So again, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for your time. As always, I greatly appreciate it. I'm Jonathan, and I'm signing out. Till next time, guys. Peace.